Hello?
Is a collect call from
Life of a Lifer.
To accept this call, press 5 now.
Hello, friends and family. Welcome to another episode of Life of a Lifer. I'm your host, Taylor Conley. Please subscribe and ring the bell. That way you'll never miss an episode. Today, we have a very special guest, all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, the grandson of legendary outlaw country star Waylon Jennings. Welcome, Struggle Jennings, onto the Life of a Lifer. Hey, man. Are you there,
Hey,
Struggle?
man. Yeah, man. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. Hey, I'm glad that I got a chance to catch up with you. I know that you're busy doing a lot of things out there.
Yeah, I always got time, though. That's one thing I do is I make sure I make time to do stuff like this and talk and spread awareness for the guys that are in there, for the guys that are out, coming out, for the families of the people that are locked down or coming home so they understand really what they're dealing with. And I love what you're doing because you're giving awareness to the guys to not come in or to the ones, bringing awareness to the ones that were given too much time at too young of an age. So I feel like we're really aligned in what we do. Definitely.
Absolutely, because that's really the message that we're trying to spread, that there is another way to really go out there and get it and not have to keep coming back to the penitentiary, but not have to receive these life sentences like I got sentenced at 20 years old in 2006 to life without the possibility of parole. And it's not right that the way the system is set up. And I know that you've done quite a bit of time yourself.
They definitely need to work on the rehabilitation, and they really need to take in consideration to where somebody's at in their life and the possibility of change. You know, I think they've gotten so caught up in believing that change is impossible because of recidivism rates, because of people coming back. But instead, if they brought more awareness to what it really takes to get out and to stay out, I feel like those statistics would be different. And that's what I'm trying to do, because I've seen so many of my people go back immediately, just in and out, in and out, in and out. It's because they'll get a timeline and they're like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You know, they come home so motivated, but then they hit these obstacles and shit doesn't go right. They get frustrated and they just veer back into those same irrational beliefs or those same ways too soon, instead of just sticking it out and understanding. So with my story, I came home 3 years ago, nothing, kids in foster care, my ex-wife addicted to heroin out in the streets. She passed away this last year due to an overdose. But I came home 3 years ago, absolutely nothing, kids in foster care. Today, 3 years later, I'm traveling the world in a tour bus. I've got 9 kids in my house. I got custody of all my kids. I've adopted 2 more, living in my home. And I'm living proof that if you just keep pushing, man, that shit can work. Everything that you sit in that cell and dream about and plan, it'll work. You just can't get frustrated and veer from the path. And a lot of families get frustrated. A lot of families, they're not as supporting because they've heard the same stories, jail talk, whatever. So I like to be able to give those families the same kind of motivation. Like, listen, they can do this. They're going to need your help. It doesn't mean you got to give them a bunch of money. You just got to be there to push them.
Absolutely, man. And having the opportunities, too, and having availability to different resources is a good thing, too, but you got to have that drive. And having those people that are there supportive on being able to have somebody to go to, that's very important.
I've seen that a lot, too. But the reality is 90% of millionaires are self-made. And self-made means self-made. They didn't have nobody. So,
absolutely,
like, it's possible, man. There's so much opportunity out here. There's a lot of resources. There's a lot of programs and shit, too, if you lean on them. The reality is just not giving up. Seeing the vision when it's nowhere in front of you. And knowing, listen, man, I've done made it through this. And really not having fear to lose. Because a lot of people are scared to lose. But it's like, well, we just came from the bottom. We just came from prison. We just came from poverty. We just came from being homeless, whatever it was. And we made it past that. So worst case scenario, you get knocked back a little bit. You still ain't back at the bottom. And you were comfortable there. So why be scared? Just keep pushing forward, take those chances. And everything is possible, bro.
Absolutely, man. I mean, look at me. I'm sitting in the penitentiary doing life without parole, and I got a magazine. Started that. goes across the country. Damn near every prison in the entire country we got that magazine into. And really just trying to spread this word. And then we got another one. So what we do is we send the magazine. We got the Inside Design Conviction. The magazine goes out to all the prisons that we can get it into across the country. And we provide a platform online. And we're going out to events and promoting what we're doing and promoting these people that are trying to do something with their lives, but they just need a place to do it. They need the opportunity. We're trying to give them that opportunity and let them shine. We got the Outside Design Conviction, the magazine, so we feature those people that are really striving and trying to get it and really do something with their lives and just shine light on these very things that you're talking about, man.
Yeah, it's amazing. And listen, any way that I can continue to help, they've got my people's contact. I'm easy to get a hold of on Instagram, so just let me know, and I'm riding for the cause. So whatever it is that y'all need on my end, I'm 100% down.
That's what's up, absolutely. Because I do music too. I write music, and I'm working on the project with Seth Anthony. He's a good ass dude, and he really believes in it too. So the more people that we can get that really believe in it, the further this message is going to get spread. Because from the songs that I've heard of yours, you're a storyteller, and we're trying to get these stories out there. We used to have a music program to where we had a studio, and I was able to record some stuff before they shut it down. But now that program's gone. They took the program
I wish they would do that, man. I wish they would bring those back. I never got in a facility that had one. We had a band room because I did time in the state and the feds, so we had a great band room in the feds. But there was a couple facilities that had recording studios that were like disappearing, and I believe that would be such an amazing outlet. You know, for me, I went in and I leaned on the weights. I was 335 pounds. I was so out of shape. That led to insecurities and anger and just poor health, period. So I went in there and I focused on health the most and came out, lost 120 pounds and came out. And that's like my reset. Even today, like they're sitting here talking to me right now. I'm in the gym in Seattle. I just did a sold-out show in Portland last night. Didn't get to bed till 4, but 9 o'clock I'm back up and I'm in the gym because that's kind of my reset. That's how every day I get up and I get refocused, realigned, and any tension or anything that I'm holding on to, I let it go here.
Amazing philosophy to live by. You're really getting it, bro.
We definitely got a lot going on. This just came from hard work and faith and believing that you can, and not allowing those walls to still be around you when you get out. Because a lot of us bring them walls with us. A lot of my people, they carry those walls right out with them. And you can't do that. You got to remember where you were. You got to remember the people that you were in there with. Not get too comfortable or you'll end up right back. But at the same time, you got to get out and just push, man. Forward motion.
Absolutely. Because if not, you're going to go backwards because the laws of physics, bro. You're either going forward or backwards. You're not going to be standing still.
No.
Well, that's amazing. I want to ask you one question. What do you think about life sentences?
I don't think that they're warranted 90% of the time. I feel like who is to really make that decision that somebody can't change, that somebody can't turn away from where they've come from, that somebody can't turn a negative into a positive, that somebody can't flip that switch and bring light to the others that are trapped in that darkness. So if you just give people life sentences, you're taking that away. You're taking that opportunity. It might be one of the reasons that we don't have heroes anymore. There's not heroes out here. There's a few of us that are fighting that fight. I believe that nobody should be able to dictate or to stop what God's got in play. You know what I mean? Imagine if you got out right now in the mind frame that you're in, what you could really do and how many lives you could save and how many people that you could get to turn away from that life of crime and not go to prison.
If I could talk to these kids that were in the same boats that I was in, the same boats that you were in, you were out there doing it, I commend you. And I really want to put your story out there through what we're doing. So I hope that you'd be interested and we can put your story on the front page of our next edition, send it out to all the prisoners so they can hear about you.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm with it. I appreciate it, and keep your head high, keep your eyes wide, and keep shining that light, man.
All right, brother.
Keep shining that light, brother.
Thank you so much, man, for stopping by, and I appreciate you. It was an honor to have Struggle on The Life of a Lifer, and the love you showed us brings a lot of hope. This man here is truly an inspiration to me. I appreciate all that he's doing. I'd like to catch a few words from my wife, Cecilia Conley. Tell us a bit about hanging out with Struggle and what she thought about him and how that went. You want to tell us a little bit?
Hello. Yes, of course.
You know, from my experience, what I've gathered and everything, and hanging out with the guy just through the phone and the conversations that we've had, the guy seems like he's really down to earth. What do you think?
Yes, I was really amazed how approachable he is, really down to earth. He recognized me because I posted a picture on Instagram with the hat of retailer, and he was really open to hear what we were about. He was quite impressed with what we were doing, and he really aligns. So that speaks a lot to me. It's like even that he's making it, he hasn't forgotten of his family and friends that he left behind when he was released 3 years ago.
Yeah, that speaks volumes, I think, when you don't forget where you come from, but you keep moving forward and you're working towards making a difference. I think that's amazing. Even with all the success that he has, he's still working towards making a difference.
Exactly.
Would you recommend people go to his shows? Because you
Definitely.
got a chance to see his show.
Yes, it's quite cool. I love it. I love the vibes. I love everybody. It's something else. I really recommend that.
He's got a live band. He puts on a great performance from what I understand. I got some video clips. I felt like I was right there. It was cool. If you're listening and you get a chance, definitely something that we recommend to go out and see Struggle show. Check it out. He's got all kinds of new music out. It's pretty amazing.
I met him on the gym the morning after the show, and he was there doing it, making it. It's truly an inspiration. And I really hope that he gets way more and more success because he deserves that. He's working really hard for that.
Well, thank you for coming on here, sweetheart. You can find you and follow you on Life of a Lifer, right? On Instagram.
Wife of a Lifer.
Just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. Thank everybody for all the support that they show. And thank everybody for behind the scenes that makes this thing happen. This is the podcast coming at you live from the pod. Till next week, this is Taylor Conley on the Life of a Lifer. Please subscribe and ring the bell. That way you'll never miss an episode. Thank you for listening. I'm Taylor Conley, and this is Life of a Lifer podcast. Be sure to visit the website lifeofalifer.com, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode.